You're only a what if away from a great summer holiday. What if it's Aussie for travel?
It's Pete and Kimber with Ben Cousins.
Hey, good morning. Welcome to the show. Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday, this 2nd of December, the second day of Christmas. A lot of festivity in the air yesterday.
It's the second day of Christmas.
Second day of Christmas.
It's the whole month, I suppose it is.
I will be...
It is in my advent calendar.
Oh, did you get an advent calendar?
A few years ago, 2 years ago maybe, I won one in a raffle.
Yeah.
And it's like this huge wooden box, which I love because it is big enough to fit an entire fun-sized chocolate into every single box.
That's right up your alley.
Yeah.
Advent calendars are getting really bougie now.
So bougie.
Yeah. I told you yesterday on the show that the elves, they've made their appearance at our house. Mm-hmm. I didn't know this, they brought the kids' advent calendars.
Oh.
Now, the girls' advent calendars, they opened day one and it was a bracelet. And then as far as I understand, every day from there, a charm goes on the bracelet.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And Ollie, every day he opens his, he gets a Hot Wheels car.
Wow.
It's like a Hot Wheels advent calendar.
Do you know what my elf had done yesterday when I got home?
What did your elf do?
Tore up one of my artworks.
No, we were talking about this. He's such a cheeky elf.
My elf is naughty. Naughty.
Get out.
I don't know how you guys got all these kind ones that drop off advent calendars.
Oh, my goodness.
Mine's
Tore up
naughty.
one of you. And it's only day one.
You know, and also I just feel like, you know, I can't ask for an exchange on an Elfie because Elfie obviously...
Elfie finds you.
Elfie finds me.
Elfie finds you.
And this is obviously what I deserve. Love an adventure this early in the morning.
All right, love it. Good. So I've got two different stories. Mm-hmm. You're going to pick one. We're going to follow that path and see where it takes us. So today you can choose something fact or something fiction. Something fact or something
Mate,
fiction.
There's plenty of fiction going around. I can't believe anything anymore. Let's go fact.
You want to go fact?
Yes.
Fantastic. I'm glad you chose fact because I like to live in the factual world as well.
I know. It's getting harder to do.
I am getting into the Christmas spirit. I did some serious digging on the relationship between Santa and Mrs. Claus.
Oh.
Yeah. Yep.
How long? They've been together a long time.
A long time. We're talking like millennia.
And they say behind every great man, great woman.
Well, I'm glad that you brought that up, right? So you'll have to bear with me here because I'm weaving this together like a tapestry, various sources. You know, everything from like Catherine Lee Bates's 1889 poem, Goody Santa Claus on a Sleigh Ride, to Santa Claus is Coming to Town from the 1970s. Like, there's a lot of documentary stuff out there, and I found it. I pulled it together. Her name's either Jessica or Margaret.
Oh, it's definitely Margaret.
Well, we're not 100%
She's
sure,
not
right?
a
Well,
Jessica.
it depends which documentary you watch. Because in the 1970s, Santa Claus is Coming to Town, it was Jessica. But in 2011's, it was Margaret. So
no, I don't even think Santa has been around since the dawn of time, and I don't even think Jessica was a name then.
You don't think so?
She's a Margaret.
I'm not 100% sure. I think we go from guessing to guessing a little harder. You know what I mean? As time goes on, technology gets better, and we work out more about history. She was a teacher before she met Santa.
So she knows what the kids like.
Exactly. I'm not 100% sure how they fell for each other, but they met while she was teaching.
Yes.
There's been this real long.
I reckon it was love at first sight.
You reckon it was?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. It's that kind of that feeling of that relationship, isn't it? Yeah.
Santa is magical, and I just think he would have known.
That's true. Yep. There's been this long-held rumour that Mrs. Claus, bit of a gold digger. Not true.
No way.
Yes, there has. There's been a
Has
long
anyone
rumour.
even suggested that?
Well, here's the thing. They actually got together before he was famous.
Yeah,
Before he was famous
that
for
makes
toy
sense.
giving once a year. She saw something in him when he was on the grind, up late at night, breaking into people's houses every night, going, I'm going to try and figure this thing out. Tired old dude.
Yeah,
but he developed the technology. She stayed with him when other people called him a dreamer.
Yeah, it's not all beer and Skittles. She's not just sitting around doing nothing.
Yep. But then the other thing is the age gap is wild between the two of them.
No.
Yes, no, legit. Have a listen to it. Yeah. So she is 1,138 odd years old.
Right.
Thereabouts, give or take. And he's around about 1,798 years old.
Oh.
There's about 800 years between them.
That is significant.
Isn't that wild? 600 or 700 years. Yep, unbelievable.
So he was just travelling solo for a while.
For
just a
years.
bachelor.
For years. Just bacheloring it up. And then they met, and now we have Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus as we know them today.
Perfection.
So there you go. There's something a little factual about their relationship. I couldn't believe it when I read some of these things.
No, but it is
overnight.
fact. I
It
said
is fact.
fact and you gave it to me.
Yep, I gave it to you. There you go.
Nice one. Hey, producer Ringo.
It's me.
It is you.
Hello. How are we all?
We're amazing.
That's great. You up for some yay or nay?
Do you know if I'd said something different, were you going to deal with it?
I missed what you said, actually. I'm in my own little world.
You
over
weren't
here.
even listening.
Wasn't
Right,
even
that's-
listening. Yay or nay?
That's fantastic.
Sure.
Kimber, I'm so sorry for your loss.
I hope the family's doing well.
No, look, it's all good.
All right.
Carry on.
Yay or nay? Nerf guns.
3, 2, 1.
Yay.
Yay.
Who doesn't love a Nerf gun?
Love a
Love
Nerf
it.
gun.
Do you know, years ago when I lived with housemates, I lived with my friends Shane and Cam. And one year we bought each other gifts and it was early Christmas present. It was about a week before and we all went, do you want to open our presents? And we went, yeah, we'll all open at the same time. All three of us, without discussing it, bought each other Nerf guns.
Oh, that's great.
It was
I
the
love that.
best Christmas.
That's so good. Nerf guns are awesome.
Do you know who doesn't love Nerf guns?
Who?
Western Sydney. Because 15 schools went into lockdown last week after a man was seen carrying a gun.
What?
It was a Nerf gun.
No way.
He picked it up on hard rubbish, was walking down the street, and everyone called in an armed gunman, and all the schools went into lockdown.
Whoa.
Poor fella.
But
Aren't
how's...
Nerf guns all bright
They were-
orange and blue
It
and
was
green?
blue and white.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was pretty funny.
But how's the headspace that people are in at the moment, though, given that that's the response? You know what I mean? Like that sort of thing. Hey, just quickly, I got a hot tip for parents out there, just while we're on the subject of Nerf guns.
Tell us.
Don't go to the shop and buy them. You can get them for free on Marketplace. People just give them away.
Because they're tired of finding the bullets everywhere in the house and
Yeah.
all of that sort of stuff.
Yep.
Or you can
So you can
Mate,
benefit from other parents' disappointment.
Honestly, you can clean up. It's amazing.
Or you can get them from hard rubbish in Western Sydney.
Yeah.
Another option. All right, next one. Leavers Week.
3, 2, 1.
Yay.
Absolutely. Yay.
We love it.
A rite of
And
passage.
all reports are coming back that across Australia, the kids are doing well.
Good.
I'm loving seeing the reports out of the Gold Coast of all the kids being like, Mum says we can't go on the balcony, so we've locked the balcony and given the keys to the hotel.
To be
that's
fair-
great.
Which is cute.
To
That's
be
good.
fair, balconies are the worst thing about Leavers Week.
Yeah.
Whenever you hear terrible stories, it's always a balcony.
Yeah, that's true.
So as long as
Yeah.
you stay away from that, I reckon for the most part, if you give them an opportunity to prove that they're going to be good, they will.
Yeah.
Well, I introduced to you junior leavers, right? Okay, this is where it gets a bit confusing.
Before you even say anything, we don't need this. I'm just throwing it out there. We don't need it. We don't need it.
I
What is
agree.
it?
So
What is it?
This will be people who leave at year 10 to go and work in an apprenticeship.
Not even that, just years 10 and 11 going to Roto for the week. And so they're sending cops over to make sure that the
No.
year 10s and 11s,
Come on.
junior leavers,
Here's the thing, guys. You're getting in the way. You're getting in the way. Stop it.
get out, kids. Get out.
Let's see. Today's the 2nd of December, right? So next week, on the 10th, the under 16 social media ban comes into effect in Australia.
I have found this whole thing to be confusing, like putting the horse before the cart. It was like we're choosing this date, something's got to be done, and yet no real discussions about what was going to be done or how they were going to do it.
I get where you're coming from. I feel like this is the sort of thing where it's such a massive beast of a problem that needs solving, because the reality is kids on social media, it hasn't been good for them.
Yeah.
It hasn't been. We're seeing, mental health issues skyrocket and a lot of problems there. And I think it's just one of those things where they had to pull the trigger and do something, right? And then try and figure it out after. Because I'll tell you one thing about this social media ban coming in. With however it's going to land, whatever's going to happen, there is one piece of great information coming out of it, and that is it's going to be so much easier for me as a parent to get our kids off social media, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, and the like, by having it being a level playing field for everyone.
Yeah.
Because even if in our household we want to pull them off social media, they're going to go to school. All the other kids have Facebook Messenger. they're watching YouTube, they're exposed to things, so our kids are going to be exposed to it as well. Then they're coming home and they're going, well, they've got it, why can't we have it? If everybody's on a level playing field, and then we're not even talking about the alienating of friendship groups because of the ones that have and the ones that have not. You know, so it's a level playing field. At this particular point, as a dad, like, I actually don't really care what it looks like. The fact that they're doing something and then we're going to work through it and work it out, I think is a good thing.
And maybe because too, you know, young ones are always like, that's going to be my career. And you're like, for some people it is.
100% it is.
But it's a few, right?
Well,
everyone else is just wasting their time on there.
Everyone else is just watching, right? And you remember, ages ago, we took phones asking parents how they felt about putting their kids on social media. And we were contacted by a very famous YouTube family based in WA called the Empire family. They explained it's a willing career for them. Now, they're deciding that it's such a career that they're up and moving out of Australia. They're getting out of here.
Because they can't continue. They've built a family career out of it. That's their income. And they've gone, we have to move somewhere else.
Their kids are underage. Here, they wouldn't be allowed on it. But this is what they had to say at the time.
Beck, what about you? What are your thoughts? Is she doing the wrong thing putting her kids on social media?
I'm actually coming from another perspective. We started on YouTube, which is another social media platform. When my son was 8, he wanted to be an actor, and I proceeded with that. And we now have quite a successful channel. We're called the Empire Family. We have over 1 million followers, and my son's 16 now and has a full career in the industry. So it's worked out quite successful for us. We just got back from Sydney. We were flown over for the Lego launch, and we met all of our followers, and it's always been really innocent and so much fun for us. The kids have to be willing, of course, and my children have been, but yeah, we started when my son was 8. He wanted to be an actor, and we were looking for different possibilities, and YouTube was a great platform, and we're also obviously on Instagram, and yeah, we've had a really long, successful career.
Beck, there's a couple of things happening here behind the scenes. So Beck, our producer, is freaking out because our producer is freaking out because her kids are obsessed. I've also heard of your family as well because my kids watch your family too. So, but this is one of those situations where it's worked for you guys, right? So, but the other thing is, like in all of this, has anything bad ever happened? Have you had anything that's ever come through your DMs, or you found any pictures of your kids somewhere that they shouldn't be?
You know what? We actually haven't. We've had nothing but great times. We navigate it very, very closely. It needs to be navigated with care, and we have taken extreme measures to be safe, and those social media platforms actually have measures to be safe. We have navigated with care. And on top of that, we are actually a same-sex family, so we could be a definite target, and we've been really, really blessed.
So there you go. That was the perspective from the Empire family, who are a WA-based family that have blown up on YouTube.
Well, it grows
and
so
socials.
quickly. Like that chat, I reckon, was last year, maybe end of last year or something, and they had 1 million followers. Now they have over 6 million on all their platforms.
Across all their platforms, yeah. All the socials and YouTube and everything. So they've up and moved.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's going to work for that 0.001% where they got to get out of here. But for the rest of us that are just on it, I think this is a good thing. And I agree with you. It's not a solution. They don't know exactly how it is that they're going to do it. Like that's the thing.
And I just, you know, you want kids to be safe, but also I just don't want it to be the kind of thing where then as adults we have to prove ourselves.
Yeah.
You
really think that could be a possibility?
I think that's where it's all leading.
You reckon that's where it's all leading, like passports
there.
and
I don't want to have
IDs
to upload my password and my license and all this stuff to all of these companies. Absolutely not.
Maybe this is where we don't go on social media anymore.
I'll happily leave it behind.
Yeah, get back outside and play. Anyway, 10th of December, so it kicks in next week. Today, My Life is a movie where we take a well-known movie, we take some of the themes from that movie, and then we ask you whether or not this is happening in your life.
Today, we're hitting on an absolute Christmas classic, Home Alone.
Where are you going? We're going to miss the plane!
When the McAllister family left on their Christmas vacation,
Did we miss the plane? No, you just made it. Yeah!
they forgot one small thing.
Have yourself
I have a terrible feeling. Did you lock up?
let yourself be light.
Do we set the timers on the lights?
What else could we be forgetting?
Our troubles will be ours.
Kevin!
Home alone.
Okay, so isn't that a classic trailer?
So good.
With the narration and everything.
I know,
That's
I
right.
missed that. I wanted it to come back.
Yeah. So 13/10/60, today, the theme out of the movie is, how badly did you lose your child?
Now, you mentioned that you lost Oliver for a little while at Rottnest on the weekend.
We did, yeah.
And
Yep.
you were terrified.
Well, he'd taken off on the bike. It was 5 o'clock when he went missing, and our ferry was at 5:30, and we found him about 5:10.
Yeah. So it was
a
about,
good 10 minutes.
it was
I never
10
felt
minutes
anything
of
like
you
it.
feeling absolute panic.
Yeah. The
I want
worst
to
I've ever
hear
felt.
people who have lost their child worse than that.
Right.
Like, how badly did you lose your child? How long was it for? Were you in an overseas, trip or something like that? Like, how badly did you lose your kid?
Did you get on a plane? And they were at home. I mean, yes. Okay, so 13/10/60. How badly did you lose your kid? We'll come back and take your calls next. Sarah, what have you got for us?
About 20 years ago, I didn't lose my kid. I forgot my kid. I went to the local IGA and they had a little toy section where it was there, and my 4-year-old always asked to go play there. And it was only 5 minutes from my house, so not far. And they went to play in the toy section, and then I went through the checkout, got all my stuff, went home, and realised I'd forgotten about him and left him in the toy section.
How long do you reckon you left him there, Sarah?
Oh, look, probably only 10 or 15 minutes. I didn't live far from the shops, but it was just one of those things, mother mode, and you just completely zone out. And, yeah, because he wasn't in my eyesight, I completely forgot where he was. And to be honest with you, he was exactly where I left him. So
Yeah. But what a peaceful drive home it was.
Hello, Di. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
That's good.
Di, tell us how badly you lost your kid.
Oh, it was awful. It was about 25 years ago. He was 4 as well. We were checking out of a hotel in Perth, and we turned around. He wasn't there. We went looking for about 40 minutes. We had hotel staff. We had everything. We were down back alleys, side streets. We came back to the foyer to think we're going to have to call the police, and he's hiding behind a curtain.
Oh, man. And then you've got to deal with that emotional thing where you're looking at them saying, I love you, but if you ever do this again.
What is it with 4-year-olds?
I reckon
Sharon,
they're the hardest to control.
Well, I mean, Ollie's 4.
Yeah.
So everybody's been 4 so far. And Sharon, you lost your 4-year-old as well. How badly?
Yeah, really bad. We actually lost him at the beach. We were walking our new puppy that we had purchased, and everyone was stopping to say hello to us. And my son was following my husband walking along the beach. It was really crowded. And when I finally called up to my husband at the end of the beach, we both looked at each other to say, oh, where's Callum? And he was like, oh, I thought he was with you. And he must have just backtracked and passed us in the crowds, and it was 45 minutes, and we had the whole beach looking for him, and we were just about to call the police, and a gentleman that was walking back to his car could see all the commotion and how upset I was, and he said, oh, I've just seen a little child sitting in the sand right down the end of the beach around the corner, just building sandcastles.
Just happily oblivious.
But it was definitely a Mother of the Year, not moment.
and also you're just like, and it had to be near water, didn't it?
Yeah, that's the scariest
where you're
thing.
just like, why is it always in the space where you like anything could go wrong?
100%. Okay.
Ivana.
Hi.
Hi.
You were looking after your brother and you lost him.
Yeah, so I gave my mum the heart attack. She was paying for groceries, and she said, look after your brother. And I just told him to run, just leave. And then he was gone for probably an hour or two. And thankfully, someone brought him to the information desk. And I was in so much trouble.
You just told it. So just because did you know what you were doing?
Yeah, so I knew I was meant to look
intentional.
after him, and I told him to run.
Oh, my God.
I love that you don't even have a reason for it. You're like, I just went, you know what? Get out of here. I don't want to have to deal with it. And he did it.
How good is this? Welcoming him back into his hometown, your mum's favourite Aussie artist, Jordan Anthony is here, everybody.
Hello, everyone. It is so good to be back. It's very good to be
back. You've been away for a long time. I mean, you first came into our lives when you got the golden ticket on American Idol. You got to go and spend some time over there and have great life experiences. And then you've been basically at it now. You've been over in the States this whole year.
Yeah, I've moved to LA this year, and I haven't been home since January. It's been a crazy year. I've been busy writing songs and meeting people and hopping around the US and just trying to make it in this big old world.
Who's
Really.
the biggest celebrity that you've met over there while you've been over there?
It's actually funny. Like, I find myself getting imposter syndrome sometimes because I've been really fortunate in the people I've been mixing with. Like, I've been lucky enough to become friends with Alex Warren over in Nashville, and I'm like, through kind of my circle of friends from American Idol, and I'm like sitting at his house, like having dinner, and I'm like, I'm at Alex Warren's house eating dinner, like, what's going on? You know, I just have those moments sometimes where I'm like, I feel like I shouldn't be here, you know?
Yeah, great.
But it's been a really cool year.
Yeah, but it's given you probably, you've wanted this a long time, and you've been really trying to, push your career and be a musician and do that for life. And so having the opportunity to go there, do you feel like that really amped it up a bit?
100%. I think, for me, being able to go to the US and pursue it full time has kind of really helped me in my own growth, because that is really where it all does kind of happen. And so, yeah, I've been super lucky and grateful to be pursuing it over there, and, knowing the people that I know and just trying to meet people and keep pushing and keep trying to,
you deserve it. You've got a great attitude. You've got the talent. I mean,
Thanks,
have you even
guys.
got a license yet?
I do actually.
You are,
Yeah, it's funny. I'm like hopping around the US. I have a Nevada license when I was in Vegas for a little bit. And now I have my California license in LA. It's actually it's wild. Yep. Just collecting them.
The last time you were here as well, you brought us gifts. You brought us Disney mugs.
I did.
Yeah,
very sweet.
And we still got those Disney
Yes.
mugs. We still use them. What'd you bring us this time?
Well. I would love for you guys to come to my show in January.
Yes,
that we're
please.
doing. We got a show January 15th. So I'd love to give you guys some tickets to that.
Superb.
100%.
Where's your gig on?
It is at the Rosemount Hotel.
Perfect.
It'll be the biggest show I've done yet, so I'm a little scared, but it's going to be super fun. So
You'll be great.
Hopefully we'll have to get you guys there.
Certainly it cannot be as frightening as what you're about to do.
100%. All right.
Yeah.
So you're going to play around and fill in the gap. So a very famous game on our show where we take a famous song, we take part of the song out, you can sing a cappella over the gap, and you've got to try and get the timing right for when it comes back in.
Right.
You are looking at the grand champion of fill in the gap.
Well, this is the thing. This is why I'm a little nervy, because I know that I'm sitting across from a legacy player of this game. And so I need to be on my game.
I mean, it helps to keep you balanced, given that you are also between me and Pete, and on this side of the table, you've got someone who absolutely is not great at this game ever. So, as long as you're somewhere in the sliding scale between me and Pete, and we know you've got a beautiful voice, and it's early in the morning, but I think we also threw him quite the challenge, because we have given you a song that is not a song that you're super familiar with, because we gave him the swing version.
Yeah.
Michael Bublé.
Yeah.
Santa Claus.
Is this it? Are we going?
We're not going
Okay,
yet. It's
all right.
okay, mate. I'll give. It's okay. Chill.
I was
Chill. We're going.
I was getting a little antsy there.
This is just so people know what we're dealing
Take a
with.
deep breath.
Yep.
And go. No, I'm joking.
No, there's so much swing in there.
Yeah,
it is.
So you know what to do.
Yep.
You know what the song is. Are you ready? You
So
good
just
to go?
quickly, is clicking legal? Because
Yeah.
I feel like that might be the play, especially with this kind of jazzy thing.
There is nothing stopping you
Okay,
from
great.
clicking.
Yeah,
You
that's
can
fine.
do whatever
Great.
you like.
We
And because
tap.
it's
Yep.
it's swing, we've got this.
Okay. All right.
Great.
You ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
You
give
can
it a
start
go.
singing as soon as you like, because we do give you a bit of an intro, so you
Cool.
can come in to get you in the zone whenever you like, and then just keep going.
All right.
Good luck. If you don't
Thanks,
do
guys.
this, I'm not coming to your show.
Fine.
Stop it! Don't worry. We're gonna give away doubles.
Up the stakes, why don't you?
There'll be more supportive people there.
All right. Here we go. Jordan Anthony, it is time to fill in the gap.
You better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pout. I am telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town.
He's making a list. He's checking it twice. is gonna find out who's naughty or nice. Santa Claus is coming to town. He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good. So big a
Come on! Let's go!
Nailed it!
Wow!
Absolutely nailed it.
That meant a lot more to me than you guys think, really.
Mate,
No, I know. I get the feeling because I've never succeeded.
it's nerve-wracking, isn't it?
It actually is
It
intense.
actually is.
Yeah.
So intense, but you nailed that.
Let's go.
Everything
I'm
you
putting
think
that on my
you-
resume.
Everything you think you know about music, as soon as it's not there and you're singing a cappella, suddenly you just feel like you're flying blind. You smashed that.
Yeah.
Great job.
Well
Thank you, guys.
done.
That was a pleasure.
I tell you what, you have to go and see Jordan Anthony perform live. He is brilliant and a total sweetheart. Jan 15 at Rosemount Hotel. We have got 2 doubles to give away. So if you would like to go, 13 10 60, call us right now. And tickets are through OzTix if you would like to buy some and go see and support Jordan Anthony.
Right, we'll throw that up on the podcast as well. That's going in the Hall of Fame.
Let's
that
go.
one.
That
well
means a lot
done,
to me.
mate.
Thank
Well
you.
done, Jordan Anthony. Always good to catch up, brother. We'll see you soon.
so good to see you guys. Thank you.
Let's talk relationships.
Yay! What are we talking relationships about today, Kimber?
Well, we want to talk about successful relationships. And as a result, apparently we're not supposed to live together.
Who's saying this?
Well, look, it's. I don't think it's a pretty valid point. You know, they did a survey in Australia. Probably the Pons Institute, as always. We never know who does these.
I love the Pons
researchers, but 7 to 9% of the adult population in Australia is not living with their intimate partner.
That much?
It's
7
quite
to
large,
9%.
isn't it? In the States, they reckon it's only about under 3% in the United States, but in Australia, 7 to 9% are living apart from their partner. Now, I would also suggest that probably includes people who might be FIFO.
Yeah, okay, maybe.
So maybe our
But when they
numbers
say
are a little
intimate,
inflated.
Are they talking about... but is that also all-encompassing for people who are in an intimate relationship, maybe they're just boyfriend and girlfriend, or... aren't married or haven't bought a house together, or all of that sort of stuff. I suppose all the things, right?
Maybe,
but it's
but
a
I
big
guess-
difference. It's a big difference, 3% to 7 to 9%.
Yeah.
America to Australia.
And I mean, some couples do choose to live separately from one another. We spoke last week on the show about couples who sleep in separate beds. Turns out that is way more common than we thought.
Yeah, but at least you're under the same roof.
Yeah, but
I don't get the living apart from each other. Like if you're married, or you're in a really long-standing committed relationship, even if you bought a house together, why wouldn't you live under the same roof together?
Because not everyone is great to live with. Like, remember all those housemates you've had or the people that you live with and you think, oh, geez, they're not easy. And it could ruin a relationship. Trevor Noah was on the Howard Stern program and he had this to say about it.
I'm a big advocate for not living together ever, even if you're married.
Really?
I think...
Let me hear this.
I think one of the biggest reasons people get divorced and relationships break up is because of this cohabiting bullshit that we've come to believe is the way relationships are supposed to be. You cannot tell me that everyone was designed to live the same way.
Not everyone.
And that's why I'm saying our intimacy can
What's
be
going to
expressed in
happen
different
with
ways.
you, I wonder?
I don't know, and that's what's
wonder.
beautiful.
I mean, I'm all for, there's so many people in this world, so many relationships. There's going to be a certain group that, might be together and they don't live together.
Mhm.
I'm all for that.
Are you worried that your wife Liz might hear this and go, this is a brilliant idea? I would actually love to live separate from Pete. I would imagine that there's an element of you where she's picking up after a fourth child.
There's a little element of that.
Yeah.
But we all have our things, like I'm sure there's.
Yeah, but I think it
we all
breaks
have our
people
things,
up.
but it's not going to get to the stage where it's going to break us up.
I think it does.
I think it's so ridiculous that there are people out there who might be in as committed a relationship as Liz and I, but they don't live under the same roof. How could that possibly work? What's even the point?
I recently met a woman who has been in a relationship, a monogamous relationship with her partner for 19 years, and they don't live together. So the most time that they ever cohabitate is when they are traveling. Once a year they do a holiday and they travel together for 4 weeks at a time or whatever, and they go for a big trip, and then they have to spend all their time together. It's the most time they ever do in the year.
That's wild to me.
I
That
can
is
see how it
absolutely,
would save a lot of
19
relationships.
years.
I can see. I'm very grateful. James and I have very similar living standards. I've never had to say, could you pick up a towel? Could you pick up that thing? Like we live the same way. So
Yeah.
we find it very easy. We never had to work on that. It was a natural fit. But I think for a lot of people, it could be the saving grace in your relationship.
Well, so 131060 is our number. You find me that one person that's listening right now, or that couple right now, that are in as committed a relationship as like mine, they're married, or yours.
The house isn't what keeps you committed.
No, but it's just weird to
I
me
think
that you
it's
wouldn't
more
live in the
committed.
same house.
It's more committed to be separate because it's really expensive to live separately.
It is.
It's
yeah.
really
well,
expensive.
you're doubling everything, aren't you?
You've got
Okay.
double everything. It's like being single. It's expensive to be single. So 131060, come on. Prove Pete wrong at the very least. 131060, do you live apart from your partner?
I'm just curious. I'm curious to know how it works.
And people who are making that choice actively, not we've been dating for a year and a half and we haven't moved in together yet.
No,
but
I want
people
the
who are
19 years
actually
together.
making the choice to separate in their housing.
All right, do you live apart? 131060. We'll come back, take calls next. So this is our phones have blown up.
Well, a few people have called up saying they agree with you, Pete, that it's ridiculous. If you don't live with your partner, you should be living together, and it's not a real relationship if you're not living together.
That's not what I said. All right,
what you meant, though.
I just think that. Well, I just think this. I mean, at the end of the day, like if you're
you
together,
said, find me a relationship as committed as me and Liz, who are not living in the same house together.
Yeah.
I think is what you said.
yeah, because why wouldn't you live in the same
Which
house together? I
equates to
don't
the idea
understand
that
it.
those people are not in committed, loving relationships. And I think they are. I think they're protecting each other by not sharing a house. Because sometimes that's what pulls it apart.
Well, if it pulls it apart, then maybe you're not meant to be together.
Oh,
maybe you're not.
Maybe
you
we're
haven't
not.
found
But
the
if
right
I had to do
person.
131060, if you're a woman who thinks your husband's not pulling his weight at home, call me. Our phones would melt down to the next century.
Please. If I flipped that and went 131060, if you got a bloke whose woman is not pulling her weight, we'd get the same response. Anyway.
In the house? In the house.
That is not the conversation
Lies.
that we're having.
Absolute
All
lies.
right?
Okay, Kerry.
Look at the producers have stood up.
Our producers are standing up. They don't like it when mum and dad fight.
I knew that one would get you. All right.
Kerry, you've been with your partner 4.5 years, not living together?
Yes, that's correct. We've never lived together.
And by choice?
By choice, we're not spring chickens. We're both in our 50s. We both have separate houses. We both have kids at home, but they're adult kids. So, one of us could easily leave the kids there and move in, but we're quite happy with the way it is.
Kerry, do you think some of that is because you are in your 50s, you've got some assets? We've talked on this show before about getting into de facto relationships later in life and how difficult that becomes when you have your own assets and stuff. So even though you're in love and you've been together a long time, there's still some of that attached maybe?
That's true, but we're both on about equal par as far as assets go. So it's really not that at all.
Yeah, okay. Well, look, I'm not too surprised to hear that because there's caveats there. Like, there's a history.
But you didn't tell Kerry that her relationship wasn't real.
But her relationship's real. I'm totally down with Kerry's relationship being real, but that's a different story. Kerry's history is different.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't make sense to me still.
Okay. Amanda, how long have you been with your partner?
Almost 5 years.
Any plans to live together?
No, but we are getting married next year and still no plans to live together.
Okay.
You're going to live separate even though you're married?
We're getting married next year, so we're engaged at the moment.
Yeah.
We'll
What's the
live separate,
discussion been, Amanda? Why do you want to live separately?
Well, I've got 2 kids and they're now his stepkids. He's always lived and worked a couple of hours away from Perth, and I've always lived and worked in Perth. So he comes down on Friday afternoons and stays with us for the weekend and then goes back on Sunday night. It's always worked like that. We have our own lives.
Does it still feel fresh? Does it still feel like you're dating?
No, definitely, long-term committed relationship. So,
No, but I mean, that's the feeling of going, because I think that when you live with a person, they also see your downtime. Right? Well, they see your downtime.
but he's
when you're
FIFO.
dating,
He's
and you
FIFO.
go
It's
to
different.
their...
He's not FIFO. We actually bought a house together where he lives and works. It's only 2 hours out of Perth, so it's not. He just.
But how often is he away? How often
She
is
just
he
said
away?
she sees him every weekend.
Friday.
All right, so
Yeah.
you see him every other weekend. It's
No,
different.
every weekend.
It's not the same thing.
Why is it?
It's not the
Are
same
you
thing.
looking for someone who
It is.
parallels your exact relationship with Liz? Are you going to say that they have to be the same, like they have to have the kids and they have to have...
Well, that's the point, isn't it? Again, like two separate families found themselves later on down the track already established.
Okay.
Like, it's different.
Let's see. Kieran, how are you, Kieran?
Not too bad. How are you guys?
Good. Tell me that you come close to Pete's situation here. How long have you been with your partner?
17 years.
Oh, here we go.
Okay, good.
Have you got
Great.
kids?
Yes, 2 kids.
Are
kids
you married?
together.
Yes, we're married.
Married, okay.
2 kids together, married 17 years. Do you live apart?
Yes, we live apart.
Okay, how long have you lived apart for?
About a year now.
All right, a year. So 16 years you did it together. What took you to living apart? What's happened?
Pretty much we have just come to the conclusion that we don't really live well in the same sort of household. We have very different styles of how we do everything. And yeah, honestly, him finding his own place and me having my own place was the best thing that's ever happened to our marriage.
So this is the interesting thing to me, because then I'm like, you guys have worked your way into this situation, even though you've got all of this other stuff going on. But if you lived under the same roof, you think it would get to the point where it's like, no, we can't do this anymore. Like it would be over.
It obviously did.
Yeah, probably would have at that point, yeah.
Right. So what's changed now from there to here with you two living apart?
I think just having our own space and being able to do things our own way and that sort of thing was the main thing, really.
And how did the
just
kids?
being
How
able
did the
to see
kids?
each other.
How did the kids deal with it? Because I imagine that would be a very. If I went to Liz and said we're going to live apart from now on, we're going to stay married and all of that, it would be a very interesting conversation with the kids.
Yeah, well, we've got teenagers, so we sat down with them and had the conversation, and they were very understanding, and they basically just said, look, whatever makes you and Dad happy, we're happy to support whatever.
I think it's really mature and very courageous because it's hard to make change in relationships. People who are together for a long time often find themselves just stuck in that space, and to be able to say, hey, we need to try something different in order to preserve this and make this a happy outcome, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's it. Sometimes it just works better for people. And yeah, like I said, it was the best thing that's ever happened in our marriage.
Oh, I love that. I love, because I'll back you on that one, because that, at least, it's that thing that I was looking for, which is like, you're actually married, you've built this life together, and you've gotten to a stage where you're going, this works differently for us.
I've just got a text from Liz. She'd like to have a chat with you after the show, Pete.
Well,
I'm sure it's nothing major.
She knows my number.
I'm sure it's fine.
She knows my number.
Yeah, she's asked me to mediate.
Okay, shush.
Producer Brooke, what is trending?
Hello. Well, look, you know I love to trawl the internet for interesting celebrity stories, and I have 2 for you this morning.
Great.
Now, the first one I found, it came out of a chat on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen. Andy was interviewing Jennifer Lopez, and he asked her about a story about a former Glee star who was trying out to be in one of her dance troupes.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently she walks into the audition with all the dancers in front of her, and she just says, if anyone here is a Virgo, leave now.
Stop.
Yes.
What?
Now, yeah. So she gets asked about this rumor, and I would love to hear what you both think of her answer for this, what
Question.
happened.
All
Have a
right.
listen.
I've thought about this.
Okay.
And I do like to joke around.
Okay.
And I think I had maybe just, had an issue with a Virgo.
Okay.
And so I was like, if anybody's a Virgo in here,
You're out.
But I didn't mean it.
Right, okay, of course.
But they can walk away and say that.
Right, okay, yes, of
But
course.
I'm sure they knew that I was joking.
Okay, you
And
would
maybe-
allow...
Or maybe they felt like I wasn't. Who
Right,
knows?
exactly.
But I was absolutely was a joke.
Okay.
It was not a joke. She
left.
meant it, because otherwise she would have been like, I'm just joking, you can all say.
Yeah.
What the hell?
I know.
Especially if it comes from more than one person.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if people actually left, then the joke didn't land, babe. Like, the joke didn't land.
Yeah, you've had to explain the joke.
Yeah, no, I think, look, she's got out of it in a fun way where she's like, what? No, I was joking. Cute. But look, I'll go to my next story, which is someone who hasn't kicked any Virgos out of anywhere, and that is Ed Sheeran.
Ed Sheeran can do no wrong.
He would never. He would never. Now, look, he's got 8 albums under his belt. So, you know, and he's got a few more to come, and he's named them things like Play and Divide and Plus. But he's actually planned his final album.
Oh.
So, yeah, it's in his will and testament.
Oh.
Yes. So he's planned it. It's in his will, and he talks about it in an interview. Have a listen.
Yeah, everyone seems fascinated in me basically having a will. How many times do you see an album come out of an artist that passed away and you go, do you think they wanted that album out? And all I'm saying is, yes, I do. And this is how I'd like it. I would like my wife to pick the songs from my whole career that haven't come out, compile the perfect record in her eyes, and then that comes out, and that's called Eject.
Eject. That's a great name.
I have thought that many times when they posthumously release an album.
Yeah.
I have gone, I don't feel, particularly I felt like for me it was Jeff Buckley when Jeff Buckley passed. And they brought out Sketches for My Sweetheart the Drunk, and I went, I don't think he would have wanted it out there.
Right.
It didn't feel ready. It was obvious it wasn't ready. It wasn't finished.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it helps the legacy.
I did think, imagine, they're beautiful and they're a loving couple, so this would never happen. But, imagine they break up and then he passes away and then she's like, excellent.
Pete and Kimber with Ben Cousins. 6 to 9 weekdays. You can't miss Pete and Kimber with Ben Cousins, and you can't miss a great summer holiday with What If. With loads of accommodation options, plus flights, car hire and things to do. Book your trip on whatif.com or download the What If app today. What If? It's Aussie for travel.